forward to your report. Yes, I shall reconnoiter.
What are you talking about, the mall in Denver?
No, he's just going after the next intersection. Coming
Oh, I see. Someone's screaming at Dwayne. Busy highway here, ladies and gentlemen. Harry, this seems like such a self-evident truth. Penis cutting is a sex crime. I mean, everyone agrees, at least in the United States, that cutting the genitals of a girl is a sex crime. It's a felony. What's this?
First we close. Someone just has to point out that the information. And of course it's a crime. Of course it's a crime to mutilate a helpless child. Of course it is. The emperor is but.
Hi. Are you Stephanie?
I'm Stephanie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice to meet you in person.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about how we met online. We're live on YouTube right now. Thank you so much for coming out. It's so wonderful to meet you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I felt like I had to be here.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And I have watched your protest throughout the week. I'm about to cry right now saying this. I'm so sad at what y'all have endured as far as people laughing. And what really, and the amount of courage it takes to come and protest something that people's cultural blinders are in place about, and to be the first group of people recognizing that something is a human rights violation is just really hard. And I'm really recognizing throughout history the people that have stood up for people who couldn't speak up for themselves, how hard that was. You know, you look back in a history book and you think, well, I would have done the same thing, because it seems obvious at this point that certain things are wrong. But to be the first group of people who recognize it and are trying to say we've got to stop this is really hard. You risk if you're like me, a nurse, a medical professional, you risk other people. You risk ridicule by your peers. And so anyway, I have a lot of respect for y'all for what you do. And,
It's interesting you should say that. Come over here. Let me introduce you to Harry Gearman. I was just talking to Harry. This is Harry Gearman. You've probably seen him over the years.
Yeah.
This is Stephanie, long time. She's one of my earliest friends on social media. But Harry, we were just as you came up, I was looking at Harry's sign and saying, what is this blind spot in America that we understand that cutting the genitals of a girl is in fact a sex crime.
Right.
And there's this blind spot but it's okay, because doctors have medicalized it.
Right, doctors have medicalized it, and we also have the issue of there's cultural pressure for men not to be vulnerable and not to be weak, and admitting that this shouldn't have been done to them is seen as weakness. Excuse my language, but you're a pussy. Your dick's not big enough. And me with my cut dick, I'm better than your whole dick. I mean, that kind of thing, and it's just
Yeah, we hear some really crude, stupid.
It's laughable.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, that's all you can do is just laugh.
Yeah.
At some point they'll wake up and they'll realize how ignorant they are.
Yeah.
But,
And
it's wild to wake up.
it is wild to wake up to it, and what I began to recognize as a nurse is that this is generations of cut doctors just validating the perspective of cut fathers, or validating the needs of cut fathers for their sons to look like them. It's not about sons looking like their fathers. No man cares what their father's penis looks
No.
like. It's about fathers validating themselves.
Yeah.
By making their sons look like them. And it's easier to keep doing it than it is to question it.
Did you see that Dr. Leif Thompson in Fairbanks hosted us for dinner last night?
I did.
Came out and put on the bloodstain the next day and joined us for a couple of hours.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for him. Also, it's like, again, as a medical professional, to stand up against something that people just take for granted is really hard.
This is Stephanie, ladies and gentlemen, an Alaska nurse joining Bloodstained Men on the front lines. So glad you're here, Stephanie. Harry, it is a terrible blind spot in America, a tragic blind spot in American culture.
Waking up is hard to do. It's inevitable. It's a real waking.
Thank you, Harry Gearman. So we are at a huge intersection here in Anchorage, ladies and gentlemen. Huge.
Yeah, I mean, at some point you can tell them it's again.
Dwayne Van Lanker. Always love hearing those honks of support. Here's David Wilson. Circumcision is a lifelong injury. And David Wilson is the founder of Genital Integrity Awareness Week in Washington, D.C. And Bloodstained Men joined David and the crew at the United States Capitol building just a few months ago, the last weekend of March. And I know some of us, and I'm still looking into the options. I'll have to see my schedule, but we will again be some of us joining David Wilson and the Genital Integrity Awareness crew on the steps of the United States Capitol the last weekend of March 2026. Do I have that right, David Wilson?
March 28th to April 4th is the entire week, but our main focus is March 28th, 29th, and 30th. And if you're in DC, come hang out with us. We'll be on the west side of the mountain.
And how can people find out more on the internet?
You can just go to stopcircumcision.org or go to Genital Integrity Awareness Week.org.
StopCircumcision.org.
Yes. Yeah, that'll take you to it.
And I believe that that abbreviates as SIC, S-I-C.
You can get Genital Integrity Awareness Week, short is GIAW.org. So you can get it there. Just type in stopcircumcision.org. We got to still update everything because we still got the 2025 dates, but they're the same for next year.
And Bob Cox, I appreciate your comment. Bob Cox says, need to stay on YouTube longer. It's better than Facebook. Bob, if you could just in the comments tell me more of your thinking, because I have found that intactivism does not have the reach on YouTube, at least on my YouTube channel, that it does on TikTok and Facebook. But if you could just share your thoughts about that, because we're trying to reach as many people as we can, Bob, and I just have not seen the viewers on YouTube. But I appreciate your comment, and I post as much on YouTube as I can. Some content does better than others. It's a crapshoot. YouTube's a crapshoot for some reason. Well, all of social media. Not to just say YouTube's a challenge, but Twitter X is a challenge for intactivism, for this message. Here's Alana from Detroit, Michigan. And Alana, you are planning to join us for the Colorado tour in September. We will be in Denver and at the AAP convention and then we're going to do one of our 8-day tours throughout Colorado. Thank you, Alana. Thank you for your dedication,
You're welcome.
your hard work. It's not your mother's penis. She doesn't have the right to order the doctor to cut part of it off. And we've got a local nurse. Stephanie has come out to join us here on the front lines in Anchorage. This is a great intersection.
It's a great intersection.
I had my doubts at first about it, just based on how weedy it is, but no, I agree, it's a good intersection.
And did you see that we ruffled some feathers yesterday at the Bear Paw Festival?
I did.
They published a big article about the festival, but they headlined it with Bloodstained Men.
I did see that.
So the Bloodstained Men dominated the Bear Paw Festival. So apparently that's a big thing down here. We didn't even know it.
Yeah.
When we picked that city, that was just part of our strategic tour plan. But we have no idea that we were going to end up in the middle of the Bear Paw Festival. So we took advantage of it.
Right. Yeah, no, it ended up being kind of fortuitous.
Yes, yes.
For sure.
Did you get some cards from our crew? Did you get a stack of our cards? Alana, can you get Stephanie some of our cards? Give her a stack of our cards.
I'm missing a stop sign. I must have left it at the intersection. That's right? Yeah. That would be something if it's still there. Yeah, on a Sunday.
So this is day 8, ladies and gentlemen, day 8 of the 8-day Alaska Circumcision Crisis Protest Tour. And at the end of the day, we have a shorter day today, just one protest, but it's a 4-hour protest instead of our usual double headers. We get off duty at 3 o'clock. We're going 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Then we're going to take a break, and we are strongly considering going to the Nelly concert. There's an apparently open air Nelly concert this afternoon in Anchorage, and I believe we're going to be there. And here's Lori Freeman from Kenai. And Lori, you were out there with us at midnight last night. How'd that go?
I'm glad I found you.
Yeah, and Lori treated us to a wonderful, wonderful Alaskan banquet when we our first day or two here. She was driving around with us to all the different cities down there on the Kenai Peninsula, and then she treated us at her at her camping site. What river's that on, Lori?
Kenai River.
The Kenai River.
Miss Kenai River.
So we had a great banquet, long to be remembered. Thank you so much for your hospitality, Lori. Matt, this is day 8 of 8. We are on the eve of our departure back to our home cities. You'll be flying home to Pennsylvania tomorrow. I'll be flying home to California. Let me turn this way so we get the traffic behind you. How's this tour going, Matt?
It's been amazing. You couldn't ask for a better place to tour. I mean, everything's beautiful up here. The people have been pretty receptive. We've had a few people that were pretty, well, if you watched the live yesterday, you know, we've had some people that were pretty difficult, but for the most part, we've got a lot of good support here.
Yeah, here in Alaska.
An amazing number of impactivists coming out to join us. I mean, this is, I think, every day so far we've had somebody local come out and join us, and that's insane. We don't ever get that. For every day of a tour to have a local impactivist join us, it's been amazing.
Thank you, Matt Kennison. Thank you for your service to the people, to the men and women, the families of America, the United States, where the genital mutilation of newborn boys is a human rights crisis in slow motion. It's been going on for over 100 years. It is just absolutely outrageous. Thank you, Matt Kennison. We will talk to you again on one of our other lives. I'll be going live on other venues. So Bob Cox suggested more YouTube. If you leave some comments there, I'll check them out later with your ideas. But thank you for joining us here on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to move this live broadcast over to TikTok now. I'm Brother K at Bloodstained Man on TikTok. You can see more live action here from Anchorage, Alaska, ladies and gentlemen, on TikTok in just a moment or two. Thank you, friends. Remember, friends, don't let friends circumcise their children. You can warn your friends, relatives, neighbors, and loved ones. Circumcision is child abuse, not medicine. Never was, never will be.